Ferrari fans got some good news at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, that being that is the final race that they will have to endure until at least March 2026, because 2025 has been an absolutely dismal year for the Scuderia, not a single victory to their name, and they have slipped from challenging for the World Championship in 2024, the Constructors' Championship that is, all the way down to 4th in the standings this year, behind Mercedes and also Max Verstappen Racing.com. And Charles Leclerc, their star man, their star driver, the only real bright spot this season for them, the real talents of Leclerc. Unfortunately, Hamilton so far has not worked out for the team. Unfortunately, it's got to be said, and he'll be the first man to admit that. But Leclerc, the boy wonder himself, has said that next year, 2026, is now or never for the prancing horse. Let's have a look at the full quote here, guys, on the F1Chronicle.com, and I will give my thoughts at the end of the video on this as always. Charles Leclerc says that Ferrari's progress in 2026 will play a defining role in his future with the team, calling next season a now or never moment for the Scuderia. After a difficult 2025 campaign in which Ferrari failed to win a Grand Prix and struggled with an inconsistent car, Leclerc is cautiously optimistic that the team's early investment in its 2026 project will pay off under the new regulations. Still, he is fully aware of how critical it will be for Ferrari to start strong in the new era. With fresh power unit and chassis rules coming into effect, any early design misstep could leave a team trapped at the back of the grid for years. And while Leclerc is tied to Ferrari long term, ongoing rumours linking him with other teams amplify the significance of next season. When asked whether he still believed he could become world champion with Ferrari despite the current struggles, Leclerc responded, "I do, and next year will be a crucial year." Ferrari shifted its design group away from 2025 development as early as April, hoping to gain a competitive head start for 2026. But with every team confident it has begun preparations early enough, not all will succeed, adding pressure to deliver immediately. And the pressure for Ferrari to deliver immediately is higher than any other team. They are the national team of Italy. If they do not perform, the press can and will go on the offensive against them. That's inevitable. Leclerc believes that the opening phase of 2026 will essentially determine the competitive order for several years, saying, quote, "It's tough, but the whole team is hugely motivated for next year because it's such a big regulation change, a huge opportunity to show what Ferrari is capable of." We know what they're capable of. And it's now or never. I really hope we start this new era on the right foot because it's important for the 4 years after. End quote. He expects the true competitive picture to emerge within the first third of the season, saying, quote, "Maybe not in the first 3 or 4 races, but by race 6 or 7, we'll have a clear idea of who will be dominating for the 4 years after," end quote. And indeed, when we had a regulation change that was of a similar level, I mean, some people might argue this is a bigger change, but the closest one in modern times we can really compare it to is 2014, and we knew straight away that Mercedes were really going to be the dominant force. And in truth, they were the only force in Formula 1 that was capable of winning the World Championship in 2014, 15 and 16. It's only 2017 when the regulations shifted a little bit, not hugely, but a little bit, that Ferrari were able to catch up. So I do know what he's saying, and I think he's right. It will be absolutely imperative that whatever team wants to dominate the championship starts very well. Ferrari team principal Frederic Vasseur, however, does not share the same sense of heightened urgency, and he believes Leclerc's posture is normal for a top driver pushing for rapid progress, explaining, quote, "We're simply trying to improve every single area, engine, gearbox, aero, setup, simulator. That's the DNA of our work, and every driver is pushing their team. Max pushes Red Bull to the limit, Lando pushes McLaren. That's what we expect. If Charles or Lewis were completely satisfied with the car, I'd be worried. Their drive for more is a positive, not a concern," end quote. I mean, there are limits to that, though. I mean, what they've been saying in the press is a concern because the car hasn't been performing well, but I know what he's saying. So yeah, I think Leclerc's actually pretty spot on with his comments. I mean, obviously teams can recover, teams can improve, but it is very likely with how these big regulation shifts goes that one team is going to absolutely nail it, and it's not necessarily the team that starts earliest with their development, although it is most likely to be that team. Now, when it comes to what team that's going to be, it's anybody's guess, really. I mean, McLaren, they would have probably turned the taps off quite early as well. I think Ferrari probably did. I've just got a weird feeling that Mercedes didn't. And some people might correct me in the comments on that one, but Mercedes seemed very competitive and seemed to improve towards the end of the season. So I don't think that's a coincidence. So I think Mercedes and almost certainly Red Bull, I've got a feeling that Red Bull are not going to produce a good car next year. We'll have to see. That's just my opinion. The proof will be in the testing pudding in Bahrain in February when we have our first test there. So we'll see what happens, guys. But your predictions in the comments below. Can Ferrari do it? Can they shake off their tag of being the team that just cannot get the job done? It's almost been 20 years now since they had a drivers' champion or indeed a constructors' championship to their name. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below on all that. Like, share, comment, subscribe. As always, guys, have a fantastic day wherever you're on the world today, and we'll see you very soon.